Welcome to Oculus of the Wise. You almost did not click on this. Something in you hesitated. Your thumb hovered over the screen, and for half a second your mind said, "Keep scrolling. This is not for you." But your chest tightened, your breath caught, and before your logic could talk you out of it, something deeper, something older than your conscious mind, pulled you in. That pull was not random. That pull has a name, and by the end of this message, you will understand exactly why it chose you, and not the thousands of others who scrolled right past this moment without a second thought. I need to tell you something, and I need you to hear it before the world gets loud again. Last night, while you were lying in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations that already happened and rehearsing ones that never will, something was standing at the edge of your room, not watching you the way a stranger watches, watching you the way a parent watches a child who has fallen asleep crying with ache, with tenderness, with a desperate need to reach out and say the one thing that would make all of it stop hurting. You did not see it. You were not supposed to. Not yet, but you felt it. You felt that strange shift in the air. That moment, right before sleep, when your body suddenly jerked, not from a dream, but from something brushing against your energy so gently that your nervous system could not tell if it was real or imagined. It was real, and it has been happening more often than you realize. Chosen one, I am not here to comfort you with pretty words. I am here because a message was sent, and you are the only one it was addressed to. The universe does not broadcast. It does not shout into crowds, hoping the right person hears. It selects, it waits, it watches for the exact moment when the walls around your heart are thin enough for truth to slip through. That moment is now, and the fact that you are still here, still reading, still feeling that quiet electricity running beneath your skin, is the confirmation that this delivery has reached the right soul. Do not minimize what is happening. Do not tell yourself this is just content on a screen. The air in your room shifted the moment these words entered your awareness. You may not have noticed it consciously, but your body did. Your shoulders dropped half an inch, your jaw unclenched slightly, your breathing slowed to a rhythm you have not felt in weeks. These are not coincidences. These are the physical signatures of a spirit that has been running on survival mode for so long that it forgot what it feels like to be spoken to directly, not spoken at, not spoken about, spoken to. As if someone finally looked past the mask you have been wearing and saw the version of you that you buried a long time ago because the world made it too expensive to be that open. I know what you have been carrying, not the version you tell people about, not the carefully edited summary you give when someone asks how you are doing. I am talking about the real weight, the one that sits in your stomach at 3 in the morning when the house is quiet and there is nothing left to distract you from the truth. You are exhausted, not the kind of exhaustion that sleep can fix, the kind that has settled into your identity. You have been strong for so long that strength stopped feeling like a choice and started feeling like a sentence. Everyone around you sees someone who handles things, someone who figures it out, someone who never fully breaks down. But they do not see what happens when the door closes. They do not see the way your face changes when there is no one left to perform for. They do not see the version of you that sits on the bathroom floor at midnight, not crying, not screaming, just sitting there hollow, wondering how much longer you can keep pretending that this is living. The universe sees it. It has seen every single second of it, and it is no longer willing to watch in silence. There is a truth forming right now in the space between these words, a truth so precise and so personal that when it reaches you, it will feel like someone broke into the most private room of your mind and read the journal you never wrote. Stay here. Do not let your guard go back up. Do not let the part of you that has learned to distrust good things convince you to walk away from the one moment that was specifically designed to find you. What is approaching is not gentle encouragement. It is not a feel-good affirmation. It is the answer to something you stopped asking out loud years ago because you were afraid the silence that followed was the universe telling you no. It was not telling you no. It was telling you not yet, and chosen one, the yet has arrived. Let me tell you what I know about you and understand that I am not guessing. You have always felt like you were watching life from behind a glass wall. You could see other people connecting, celebrating, resting, trusting. But for you, there was always a distance, a thin, invisible barrier between you and the ease that everyone else seemed to access without effort. You have spent years wondering what was wrong with you, why relationships that came naturally to others felt like a constant negotiation for you, why success that others wore lightly felt like armor you had to put on every morning just to survive the day, why joy, real, unguarded joy, always came with a shadow trailing behind it, whispering this will not last, and you know it. Nothing was wrong with you. Nothing has ever been wrong with you. That distance you felt was not dysfunction. It was design. You were never meant to fit seamlessly into a world that operates on a frequency lower than yours. You were built for something that most people cannot perceive, and the isolation you experienced was the universe keeping your signal clean, undiluted, protected from the noise that would have distorted the very thing that makes you essential. You were not left out, you were set apart, and there is a difference between those two things that will take your breath away once you fully understand it. The universe has shown me something else about you, something that happened a long time ago, a moment you have never fully processed because it cut too deep and you were too young or too unsupported to hold the weight of it. You buried it, not because you were weak, but because you were wise enough to know that surviving required compartmentalization. You locked that pain in a room inside yourself, and you threw away the key, and you kept walking. But that room did not disappear. It has been leaking every relationship you have sabotaged, every opportunity you have pulled away from right before it could change your life, every time you have told yourself you do not deserve peace. That was not you making those decisions. That was the locked room speaking through the walls, shaping your choices with a wound you thought you had outgrown. Today, the universe is handing you a new key, not to reopen the wound, to finally release it. But that release requires you to stay in this space a little longer. It requires you to trust that what is coming will not destroy you, but will instead remove the invisible weight that has been making every step of your life feel twice as heavy as it should. If you can feel the truth of what I am saying, if something inside you is responding to these words with recognition rather than resistance, I need you to pause and do something that matters more than you realize. Hit the like button on this message, not for me, for the signal. When you press that button, you are telling the universe that you received what was sent. You are confirming the delivery. Leave a comment below with the first word that came to your mind while you were listening. Do not overthink it. That word is not random. It is a fragment of the message your higher self has been trying to send your conscious mind. And subscribe to Oculus of the Wise so that the next time a message is released with your name written in its frequency, it will reach you immediately. Not by accident, not by delay, immediately. Now stay with me, because what comes next is the part that most people are never ready to hear. And the fact that you are still here tells me that you are not most people. The universe is showing me a shift that has already begun in your life. You may not have language for it yet, but you have felt it. Your tolerance for things that drain you has been collapsing. People you once accepted without question now make your chest feel tight. Routines that once felt stable now feel like cages. You have been waking up with a strange sense of urgency that has no logical source. You have been feeling pulled towards something you cannot name, and it has been disorienting because your mind wants a plan, but your spirit is operating on a map your logic cannot read. This is not a breakdown. This is the opposite of a breakdown. This is your system finally rejecting the life that was built around someone you were never meant to stay. You outgrew it. You outgrew the version of yourself that tolerated crumbs and called them meals. You outgrew the relationships that required you to abandon parts of yourself just to keep the peace. You outgrew the belief that exhaustion is evidence of dedication, and now your spirit is dismantling the architecture of the old life to make room for the one that was always meant to replace it. The universe has been constructing something for you in the unseen, a new environment, not just walls and rooms, permission to rest without defending it, permission to say no without writing an apology, permission to exist without constantly proving that your existence is justified. Where you have been, you learned endurance. Where you are going, you will learn ease. Both were necessary, but only one was designed to last. You will know you have arrived when the first morning hits you differently, when you open your eyes and the weight that usually greets you before your feet touch the floor is simply not there. You will lie still for a moment, confused, almost suspicious, because peace has been so foreign to you that your body will not trust it at first. Your mind will search for the thing you forgot to worry about. It will scan for the crisis you must have overlooked, but there will be nothing, just stillness, just breath, just the quiet hum of a life that is no longer at war with itself. That morning is closer than you think, and when it comes, you will understand why every hard season had to happen in the exact order it did. But do not let the beauty of what is coming make you rush past what is happening right now. Right now, the universe is doing surgery on your spirit. It is removing scar tissue you did not even know was there. It is untangling belief systems that were woven into you before you were old enough to question them. The belief that love must be earned through suffering. The belief that rest is laziness wearing a different name. The belief that if something good happens, something bad must be waiting behind it to balance the scales. None of those beliefs came from you. They were inherited, passed down through generations of people who survived but never learned how to live. And today, the cycle breaks. Not because you figured out the right formula, because you finally stopped moving long enough for the universe to reach you. Do not look away from this message. Do not let the pull of distraction steal what is being given to you freely. The universe rarely holds a channel open this long. The energy required to maintain this connection is immense, and it is being sustained right now only because your spirit is actively receiving. The moment you disconnect, the frequency shifts, and what was meant to be planted in your soul in the next few moments may not find another opening like this for a very long time. There is something I need you to understand about the people you have lost along the way. Your mother, your father. The ones who loved you with a depth that the living world could never match. They have not dissolved into memory. They have not faded into silence. They are closer to you right now than they have been since the day they left their bodies. I can feel their energy pressing against this message, adding weight to every word because they need you to hear what they could not say while they were still breathing. They saw everything, the nights you stared at their photograph and whispered questions into the dark, the mornings you woke up and for 2 perfect seconds forgot they were gone, and then the remembering hit you like a wall, the way you carried their absence into every room, every holiday, every milestone that felt incomplete because the one person who would have made it whole was missing from the chair that no one else will ever fill. They were there, every single time, standing just behind the thinnest part of the veil, with their hands reaching toward you, aching to touch your face one more time. They want you to stop carrying the guilt. The guilt of the things you did not say, the guilt of the phone call you did not make, The guilt of the last visit that felt too short, or the last conversation that ended on something ordinary when you wish it had ended on something extraordinary. They are telling you right now, through the only channel the universe has opened, that you did enough. You were enough. Your love reached them in ways your words never needed to. And the peace they carry on the other side exists because of you. Not in spite of you, because of you. Let that land. Do not rush past it. Do not intellectualize it. Let it sit in the center of your chest and do what it came here to do. Chosen one, the universe is now approaching the final layer of this message. The layer that has been buried beneath everything else. The truth beneath the truth. I need your full attention, because this is the part that was written specifically for the version of you that no one else has ever met. The version you protect the most. The version you show to no one. You have been afraid that you are too late. Too late to become what you were meant to be. Too late to build the life you imagined when you still had the energy to dream. Too late to heal, too late to start, too late to matter in the way you once believed you could. That fear has been sitting on your chest like a stone, pressing down harder with every passing year, every birthday that reminded you of the distance between where you are and where you thought you would be by now. The universe is removing that stone right now, not slowly, not gently, completely. You are not late. You were never late. Every single thing that felt like a delay was the universe holding the door closed, because what was behind it would have crushed the version of you that existed at that time. You needed every setback. You needed every heartbreak. You needed every season of loneliness and confusion and silent rage, because those seasons were building the only version of you that could walk through the door that is opening right now and not be destroyed by the sheer magnitude of what is on the other side. This is your moment. Not next year. Not when you are ready. Now the readiness you have been waiting for is not a feeling that arrives. It is a decision you make. And the fact that you stayed until this point, the fact that something in you refused to leave even when your mind tried to pull you away, that is the decision. You already made it. Your spirit chose before your logic caught up. That is how it always works with chosen ones. The soul knows before the mind agrees. From this moment forward, things will begin to shift in ways that feel almost unsettling in their precision. Conversations will find you at the exact moment you need them. Doors will open without you knocking. Answers will arrive before you finish forming the question. This is not luck. This is what happens when a chosen one stops resisting the current and allows the universe to carry them where they were always meant to go. You will sleep differently tonight. Not because anything external changed, because something internal finally unlocked. The part of you that has been keeping watch, scanning for threats, bracing for the next collapse, that part is going to rest for the first time in longer than you can remember. Let it. It earned its rest, and so did you. If you feel something releasing from your body right now, a tension in your neck dissolving, a knot in your stomach softening, a heat behind your eyes that threatens to spill over, let it. That is not weakness. That is the sound of chains hitting the floor. Chains you have been dragging for so long that you forgot they were there. Chains made of other people's expectations, of unprocessed grief, of dreams you shelved because someone convinced you they were impractical, of love you gave to people who returned it as silence. Those chains do not belong to you anymore, and you do not need permission to set them down. You just needed someone to remind you that your hands were never meant to hold them in the first place. The universe has one more thing to show you before this window closes. It is about tomorrow, and the day after that, and every day that follows for the rest of your life. You are going to notice that people respond to you differently, not because you changed your words or your appearance, because your energy shifted. You will walk into rooms and people will feel it without understanding what they are feeling. Some will be drawn to you, Some will pull away. Both responses are correct. The ones who pull away are reacting to a frequency they cannot match. The ones who draw closer are recognizing something in you that they have been searching for in themselves. Let both happen without judgment. Your job is not to manage other people's reactions to your transformation. Your job is to keep walking. The universe is stepping back now, but before it does, it is leaving you with one final promise. A promise it does not make lightly. A promise it has carried across every dimension and every lifetime to deliver to you in this exact breath. You will never walk alone again, not because someone is coming to save you, because you finally remembered that the power to save yourself has been inside you this entire time, buried under guilt, under grief, under years of a world telling you to be smaller than you are. That power is awake now, and it is not going back to sleep. You are the chosen one. Not because the universe needed a hero, because the universe needed you, specifically you, with your scars and your depth and your stubborn refusal to stop believing that life was meant to feel like more than just surviving until the next crisis. Welcome home, you made it. The beginning starts now. If this message reached the part of you that no one else has access to, honor that moment. Leave a comment below with the words, "I remember who I am." Let the universe hear it from your own voice. Like this message, so the signal reaches the next chosen one who is still searching and does not yet know that their moment is coming. Subscribe to Oculus of the Wise and turn on notifications, because the universe is not done with you. This was the first message. The next one is already being prepared, and it will find you exactly when your spirit is ready to receive it.